about 375, 400,000. But you offered some examples of what needed to be done in order to get these seniors some relief from the 60% of the taxes. Talk about that process for that exemption.
Sure. The homestead process, it exists. There are some deadlines associated with the homestead process, but you're right. I mean, it can be it can make a critical difference in the amount of taxes anyone pays. So if you are the primary owner of the home, it's your primary dwelling, you are on the deed, then you have the opportunity to file for homestead. Standard homestead of L1, it's a $15,000 reduction in your assessed value, which on an average $275, $300 home, it correlates to about a $200 and a little over $200 savings, which again, still savings. Once you get into age 62 and some of your age reductions, then at age 62, you begin to see a reduction in your school taxes. The taxes that apply, the first one is just a county exemption. The taxes beginning at age 62 apply solely to the Board of Education taxes, which been educated. It begins at age 62, it steps up at age 65, and that's again at age 68, and then at age 70. Residents with homestead no longer have to pay their any school taxes. So it's, again, as you can see, it can be a considerable windfall. One other note I wanted to make, there is a special one-time exemption being offered by the governor and state legislature this year, this past session. They authorize the homestead tax relief grant program, and that'll be applied to this year's tax bills. They've been making some changes over the course of the last couple weeks, so I'm trying to get the information out to people as quickly as possible. In essence, what it will be an additional $18,000 assessment reduction. $18,000 assessment, we've received a reduction on that additional $18,000 assessment. We anticipate the credit that individual will receive to be somewhere between $300 to $500. And that'll vary depending on the fair market value of the homes. But it's only for eligible residents. And to be eligible, you must have your homestead in place. It does not apply to rental properties. So again, one of those additional advantages of making sure you have your homestead in place. Another advantage of having homestead here in Henry County, which is fairly unique throughout the within the state, is a frozen provision, which simply says that what it does is it freezes your county tax at the value in the first year that you file for your homestead. So if you bought your home in the year 2000 and it was valued at $200,000, fast forward to the year 2023, your home is now valued at $400,000. Because of this frozen provision, your county taxes will only be taxed on that $200,000 value. So you can see how much considerable impact that can have on the tax bill. It does not apply to your school taxes, but again, it is a considerable decrease in your county taxes, which again represent ballpark around 38% of your taxes.
So what you're telling me is that in my case, at the $2,800 that I'm paying when I'm turned age 70, I won't have to pay that anymore. That goes to the school board.
Right. If all that is school board, you're still paying something, whatever your taxes.
Right. My overall tax is about almost $5,000, but 28, which is 60% of that. That's so that $2,800 would go away when I get age 70.
That's correct.
And starting at age 62, it would start to go down. The school board portion, which is the largest portion of our tax. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
Just for information, Mr. Harris, and I know I just want the citizens to understand that this topic and this conversation is not a new one. Just speak to the fact, I guess, somewhat during the pandemic.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd.
We invite
Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
Some of the same information. I know additional information probably have changed the narrative. But just speak to then and now. But the point I'm trying to make is that this is not a new conversation.
He got to take it himself.
Before at a council meeting.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
We have been talking and sharing information before. And I just want you just to recognize that fact that this is not a new conversation. You know, we have been discussing this.
Go ahead and have this nigga.
And you really have. I mean,
He got tickled
Council
himself.
hasn't invited me back in previous years.
Thank you so much for hyping
The
up the
lab
crowd.
during the pandemic.
Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
To go back through and share our numbers, what it is we do, what we provide, and principally to talk about things like exemptions to make sure people are tapping into and realizing and utilizing all the possible exemptions that they have.
Go ahead
Me and my
and
office like to go out to
He got
visit.
tickled
We
himself.
visited senior centers.
Thank you so
We
much
go
for
to
hyping up the
HOAs and
crowd.
speak to them whenever
Go
we
ahead and get your hot overcoat.
to make sure we're letting people know about the exemptions that exist. While it is a necessary function, having to collect the taxes, I have a personal belief that, I don't want anyone paying more than what they have to pay.
Go ahead and have this
So it's
nigga.
tantamount upon for us to make
He
sure
got
that we are
tickled
making
himself.
sure all of our residents are clearly understanding.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
The majority of my conversations throughout the course of the day is speaking with our seniors and others on how to reduce their tax burden if at all possible. So that's, again, I guess, a public service functionality of our office.
Go ahead and have this nigga.
And again, speaking with
He
cities,
got tickled himself.
elected officials as well, make sure they have that information.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd.
Make sure
Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
we have been providing this conversation because we knew we were going to be here at this point in time. And I just want us to understand that this is not a new conversation.
Go ahead and
We
have
have
this
been
nigga.
sharing.
He got tickled himself.
And I just want to mention that.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
Yeah, and just to co-sign what Councilman Thomas said, certainly he reminded me earlier when we talked that we had town halls.
Go ahead and have this nigga. He got tickled himself.
I know Tom
Thank you
Jones
so much
came
for
down
hyping up the
and
crowd.
talked to us about
Go ahead and get your hot
what we were
overcoat.
gonna do. And he indicated his exact words were there was a possibility of a city tax and it would be minimal. So in those words, in every single meeting that we had, everybody up here on the council,
Go ahead and have this nigga.
especially Mr. Blunt,
He got
had
tickled
reminded the
himself.
public that there was a possibility that would be
Thank
a
you so
millage
much
that
for
would be
hyping up the
entered
crowd.
into the city.
Go ahead and get
So
your hot
in other words,
overcoat.
there are tough decisions of what we have to do in order to move in the direction that we do. If you're gonna vote against me for voting for the police department, I encourage you to go ahead and do that because again, I'm going to make sure
Go ahead and
that
have
you're
this
safe
nigga.
no matter what we do.
He got tickled himself. Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
I'm going to say that, and I appreciate your presentation. Well, actually, a couple of things on the freeze. Is that something that the citizens are going to have to apply for every year? Or is it a one time?
Great question.
One
No.
time.
Go ahead and have this nigga. He got
Haven't
tickled
applied for
himself.
them, so yet it's coming in applied to the deadline of April 1st.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd.
So for an
Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
season, you have to apply by April 1st of 2024. That's the cutoff date. But once you apply for that, you're fine. Now, when you reach age 62, as of January 1st of that year, you do have to come back in and
Go ahead and have this
get
nigga.
age exemption. One time.
He got tickled himself.
62, apply for them, come back, show your
Thank you
ID.
so much for hyping up the crowd.
Automatically-
Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
At 65 to 68 to 70, it automatically be deducted.
So, and that's I've never heard of that product with taxes because with the fluctuation it didn't matter because it stays on that one.
Go ahead and have this
Really,
nigga.
really good.
He got tickled himself.
But one of the things I just want
Thank
to
you
say
so
to
much
the
for
citizens,
hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot
that when I speak,
overcoat.
a lot of times you may hear my preacher voice. So so it may sound a little aggravated voice, but I'm just speaking the truth.
Go ahead and have this nigga.
When this city voted
He got tickled himself.
for the police
Thank you
department,
so much for hyping up the crowd.
it was
Go ahead
connected
and
to
get your
too
hot
much.
overcoat.
Everyone up here wants a police department. But when you connect voting for the police department 3 million, it was connected to 7 million for the amphitheater. It was connected to 14 million for
Go ahead and have this
arts
nigga.
and the 1 million for
He got
church.
tickled himself.
We're paying $750,000.
Thank you so much for hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
So when you had so much connected to your vote for something here, we should have separated it out. But when you have a consensus to put it all together,
Go
make
ahead
it
and
one
have his
vote
nigga.
for $25 million,
He got tickled
I could
himself.
not vote for it. Do I?
Thank you
do
so
I-
much for hyping up the crowd.
Do I support the
Go
police
ahead and get your hot
department?
overcoat.
I'm trying to let you know. I call him all the time. The officers will let you know. I talk to them all the time. I support a police department. I don't support the process of what we did to bring on the police
Go
department.
ahead and have his
I don't
nigga.
support the process
He got
that I
tickled
didn't
himself.
feel, just like Mr. Alexander, Councilman Alexander.
Thank you
just
so
said.
much for hyping
I
up
was
the
out
crowd.
there
Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
telling everyone I could see and meet about a millage rate that we would find ourselves in this position. I did that, but I can't talk to everybody and say anything to everybody. I only can do what I can do.
Go ahead and have his
So
nigga.
that's why we're here now.
He got
today.
tickled himself.
Told was going to happen. This
Thank you
isn't
so
new
much
for
for
anyone.
hyping up the crowd. Go ahead and get your hot overcoat.
Sir, Ms. Again, go ahead, please.
Thank you. Mayor, I just want us to